And ladies and gentlemen, yogis and yoginis, welcome to the Meditation and Service Show.
In this new concept talk show, we will focus on anything related to meditation, spirituality, tantra, and social service.
And we will have many interesting and knowledgeable guests who will share their knowledge on these topics. We will be live streaming once a week, and in most cases, it will be around this time every Friday.
So, meditation is a wonderful practice with enormous potentialities, but sometimes it has certain challenges.
Yes, certainly it does. But we don't need to worry so much about that because meditators and yogis have throughout history gained priceless experiences for how to overcome these challenges. And in this show, we will look closer at some of the challenges and their solutions.
Beautiful. So, Dada, what will be happening in this tonight show? Could you tell us a little bit more about it?
Yeah, we will take a closer look at meditation, of course, um, and see what powers meditation has. Then we will have our special guest, Dada Shiilabhadrananda, with whom we will discuss certain aspects of this very deep topic.
Oh, beautiful. I'm looking forward to that. And of course, in this our talk show, we will also welcoming everyone, our viewer, to share, to joining our discussion, to share maybe your experience of your meditation practice or your view, your comment, or even your question if you have any. And we will address it, your question to our guest, that is Sheila Badrananda. Right. And in the end, we will also have a special things. We will have a story time. It's called 1001 Night, which is a special selected story by our dear brother Nirmal. Yeah.
Yes, wonderful. We are looking forward to see how this unfolds tonight. But Didi, let's hear a little bit more about you. Can you maybe tell a little bit about yourself? Where are you and what are you doing?
Yes. So I am located and broadcasting right now from California. As of now, I'm managing a spiritual ecological center. It's called Anandatira. It is located in Penn Valley, Northern California. So our place is a beautiful, surrounded with oak forest, wildlife, and very close with the South Yuba River. We often have meditation retreat, wellness retreat, karma yoga retreat, or many different kind of classes. So we welcome you all to come to visit or to stay with us short or long term. And here there is a chance for everyone, for you all to learn yoga, meditation, yogic lifestyle. And also there is a chance to do volunteer work or service. As we know, service is a very important point in our meditation or in our spiritual journey. Dada, could you tell us where are you right now?
Right, I am in Guatemala. I have been here just for a month. I used to work in Mexico for several years, and now I will be focusing here in Guatemala. And I'm very excited about this. It's a very, very special country. It has a very long and rich history and culture. So it's special to be here, I feel. And I hope to start up a meditation project soon, start a meditation retreat center, an eco village, hopefully too. And yeah, let's see how it goes.
Mm, sound beautiful. Before we continue, I want to greet hello and namaskar to our viewer. Here I saw Sister Sheila, Huang or Santi, and also Mira. They come and stay with us. So welcome you all. So today our talk show we will discuss about the power of meditation. So once again I would like to invite you all to this is the interactive session. So I would like to invite you all to give your view, share your experience, or ask a question to our guests. So, Dada, talking about meditation, I'm sure that you've been doing meditation for a long, long time. Could you tell us about your experience in meditation?
Sure. I started sometime in the early 1990s. And I had from the very beginning, I had some very deep experiences. I would say some spiritual experiences where I felt some very close connection to the universe, I would say, to something higher. I felt that I felt that I wasn't limited to this body. I felt very expansive, and that inspired me to go deeper into it and spend more time with meditation. And gradually, these experiences became deeper, and that also made me decide to eventually to become a monk. And as a monk, I can spend more time to do meditation, but also spend more time to share this with others and teach others who are interested to understand more about life, understand more about universe, understand more about themselves, who they are, what is life about, etc. So yeah, a little bit about me.
Beautiful.
What about you, Didi?
Yeah, it's almost similar like your experience. I've been doing meditation actually since before practicing this meditation. I joined different kind of spiritual group before, and then in the end, I meet this technique of meditation, which is I really like it very much, and I like to meditate, and I really feel the mind is become calmer and always feel peace and joy in every stage of life. This is very inspiring. And I feel there is the guidance, there is the direction that guide me to lead where my life is goes. So that is something beautiful that I experience in my life. And I also like to share with others. Another beautiful thing that I found is that feel connection, feel oneness with each and every individual, and
Right.
I feel also is give me tremendous creativity that grows in myself. The artistic feeling, probably I can say that, and also I feel become more efficient. So welcome again, everyone, for all of you who are just come and join our show. We are so happy to have you.
Yeah. Um, and again, just to remind everyone, please share in the chat about your experience. We would like to hear about your experiences with meditation. Maybe why did you feel, or what you feel when you meditate? Try to use a few words, and feel free to ask questions. And some of these comments, we may select and read them up in the later part of the show. Yeah,
Mhm.
so this was a little bit about why one should meditate. And that brings us to our guest of today. And we like to introduce our guest. And we will bring him into our studio here. And let us introduce. Our guest is an acharya, means he's a meditating tantric monk. He's been a monk for around 45 years. He worked in every corner of the globe. He's very hardworking and he has a genuine compassion and love towards all beings. And he is a truly exemplary human being. Please welcome Dada Shiilabhadrananda.
Thank you so much.
Welcome, Dada, to our
I
show.
wish I wish I was as good as you say, Dada.
I can tell everyone you are even better. I was even holding back a bit.
Okay. Well, be careful.
Yeah.
I don't want to grow an ego here and make a fool of myself.
Dada, we are curious to hear about you. And you you and all these different monks and nuns, they have such long and bit complicated name, and your name is Dada Shiilabhadrananda. Can you explain a little bit about your name? What
I
does
get,
it mean?
yeah, because the name is so long, sometimes, especially in Southeast Asia, people like to use nicknames. It's very, very common because, in Thailand, the surnames are so long, so everybody's got a nickname. So in
Right.
Southeast Asia, instead
Mm.
of calling me Dada Sheila Bhadrananda, not so difficult if you take it, how to say, syllable by syllable, they will call me Dada Sheila. So
Yeah.
one time, one Dada heard that and he said, "That's not your name." He was a little
Right.
bit upset that I'm accepting that as my name. The name Sheila Bhadra Nanda. The Ananda means, the one who's attained the goal of infinite joy, oneness with supreme consciousness. And Sheila has different meanings. These are Sanskrit names, and Sheila has different meanings. One of which is conduct, conduct, or shield or stone. In this sense, it's related to conduct. And Bhadra means benevolent. Also, several meanings are there: gentle, benevolent, kind. So one who attains the goal through her benevolent conduct is the meaning of my name. The one that I find very it inspires me to live up to it.
Yeah, and indeed you do, Dadaji. That's for sure.
Yeah. Thank you
Beautiful.
so much. Yeah.
So, how maybe tell a little bit about
So,
your
Dada,
journey.
I
How,
heard that you also,
please go, Didi.
Yeah.
yes. Dada, I heard that you also the author of one book. Could you tell us about your book a little bit?
Well, that time I was a coordinator, a global coordinator of a movement called PCAP, PCAP, Prevention of Cruelty to Animals and Plants. So one of the mandates or objectives of that movement is to promote vegetarian diet. So we had a book on vegetarian diet. We do have, but it was like from the 1980s, very, very old. And there's so much new and
Mhm.
compelling evidence about the health benefits of vegetarianism. And so I thought, well, let me write. I do a bit of research and write in the name of this PCAP. And yeah, I was pretty happy with it. I could combine some of my personal experiences and include some of the aspects of meditation and yoga, which enhance. It's like a holistic lifestyle. Food is very important, of course. And then I talked also about healthy planet. So the vegetarian diet is not only good for our personal health, it's good for the health of our planet, as we're starting to discover more and more and more with the misutilization of resources with water or energy, soil, by feeding animals the same food which we humans could eat. So yeah, that's how I wrote it. It's already a
Mm.
little bit old, but I still think it has some value. It needs a bit of a update now. Yeah.
So yeah. So I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
why did you choose to write the book on food? I mean, it's of course important topic, but is it related to meditation somehow?
Very much so. You are what you eat. It's such a common phrase. And so you
Right,
are what you eat, what you think, and what you do. So,
right,
you know, all the cells of the body are made of the food which we eat. So if we're eating food which is stale, rotten, old, um, stagnant, this is considered in the yogic terminology, it will have an effect on the mind. It will, that
right.
energy in that food will affect the energy flow of our mind, and it will make meditation difficult to do, actually. So that's why there's a science behind food which we eat. The yogis eat certain types of foods because that augments their energy levels and improves their meditation. And they avoid other types of foods because they do the opposite. So again, this is not, I mean, it's all an, experiential thing. As you get into your practice in the beginning, you may not even notice it or feel it. But there is really a connection physically. The food which we eat is affecting our mental waves and in our thoughts.
Right. And if the certain kind of food make the thoughts more restless, I guess, so that it makes meditation difficult.
Right. I love cooking, so I guess there was some hidden motivation that I had to write about food, and so I like this topic, actually. Yeah.
Tell a little bit about what brought you to meditation. How did you start to meditate?
Dada, talking about your book.
Yeah. What I'd have to say about my personal journey, I was enjoying a very, very comfortable life. I had everything I needed. I was doing well academically, but I was struggling with the existential purpose of life, because I was surrounded by everything which I needed and everything was available. But there was some kind of like a hole inside which needed fulfilling. It was some kind of spiritual hole, I could say. I started to explore. I was very, devoted to my religion, but somehow I still felt there's something more deeper, And so I started to read up on Eastern literature, and I found many, many interesting concepts, more, deeper in the sense of explaining mind, about mind, because I was studying psychology in university. So that's how it began, and one thing after another, and I when I learned meditation from that very day, actually, I haven't stopped meditating. I became a vegetarian shortly thereafter. And I don't know. Everybody's different, actually, in this regard. But for me, it was something like, well, now your time has come. And I was quite young when I started, and I'm still doing it today. Yeah. So but I it's not good to compare.
So Dada,
this was my way. Yeah. But some people start, they stop, they start, they stop, they start. Doesn't matter. There's no comparing. These are kind of mysteries of our own, I would say, of our own life and our evolutionary flow. So, but meditation really, really is quite a game changer in our life.
Right. Yeah, we are experiencing a little bit delay on the line, so we are struggling a little bit with when to ask and when not to ask. And I wonder even if we still have Didi here. Didi is still here with us.
Yeah.
Yes. Talking about meditation is very interesting when you say about your experience or how you started the meditation. And there is a question actually here connected with the meditation from whom? Oh, I know her, Shanti. So she has one question. How to manage the mind to be able to connect the mind with the supreme consciousness? And also how to manage so she's asking how she will be able to connect everything externally with everything in the world.
Right. Well, the connection with supreme consciousness, there's a specific technique, specific method to connect, and the one that I'm teaching is related to sound vibration. We call mantra. And mantra is that sound with a meaning whose constant repetition liberates the mind from negativity and dullness. So mantras have been used in yogic tradition for thousands of years. And so this is a very kind of, because it's symbolic. Mantra represents that which is beyond conception. How do we conceptualize something which is beyond the mind? That's what I think. The question: how to conceptualize, how to connect with something which is beyond my mind. So
Right.
it is in making that effort that, because it's like it's within our mind. Consciousness is within everything. It's like you can't see the oil in the seed, in the sesame seed. It's there. But when you churn the seed, you pound the seed, oil comes out. When you churn the milk, the butter comes out. So that those elements are hidden inside, in the same way that consciousness is hidden inside our mind. So it requires churning of the mind. And there's a process, and the mantra helps to create that churning process. And because there's the meaning of mantra is extremely important. As you think, so you become. So that constant channelizing the mind towards that idea of infinity. It's a practice like everything else. Practice makes perfect.
Right.
We get there. But so much patience, perseverance. That's the first stage of meditation, to be patient and, to just keep going and know that you're going to get there.
Right. How would you say one can feel that one do some progress on that in the journey?
Well, I think it's good to look back once in a while, not live there, but look back, and you'll see, some things like one's attitude, one's thinking process, state of mind. I felt, when I started to meditate, I was still a university student, but I used to enjoy doing my meditation and my yoga exercises, and then my mind was so clear. And that same time I would spend 5 hours, within 1 hour I absorbed the same information because my mind is so clear and energetic and receptive. So this is something that I personally experienced in the very beginning of my meditation practice. So, and many slowly habits, they change. It's hard to believe, but things just change in one because we become refined. The mantra is working on every cell of the body, from the headquarters. That mind wave is influencing each and every cell of our body. And so this is bringing about tremendous transformation, ever so slowly.
Right. Yeah.
There's a story about the uncle. He visited his his sister had a son, and the son at 5 years old, he was visiting, and then the uncle went. He traveled abroad and he lived abroad, and he came back at the age of 25. When his nephew, his sister's son, was 25. He said, "Oh, little Johnny's a big man now." And the mother thought, "Well, really? I didn't even notice," because she's with him every day. But the uncle hadn't seen him for 20 years. So much change he had seen. And this is what will happen. And that is the value of perseverance and sticking to it, whatever might be the challenges, because your mind becomes so strong and powerful. Just having a strong willpower, such a useful thing for our life and whatever we have to do.
Yeah.
Dada, so you were talking about the
So
meditation just now, the meditation technique and using the sound or the mantra. So there is one question from Sheila. She is asking, what is the advantage of using sound and mantra in our meditation?
There's different vibrations coming from the physical world. There's smell, there's taste, there's a form, there's touch, and there's sound. So each of these has a different wavelength. And sound is the subtlest of all these 5 vibrations. So, and beyond, these 5 elements, they move through these are the 5 elements, and we know them by their vibrational expression. Food smells, it's solid. Water flows, it's liquid. And light, we see the wave. We cannot see if there's no light in a room. When the light's on, we can see everything. It gives shape and form. Wind gives touch. You don't see it, but you feel it when you're walking on a windy day. And sound is the subtlest. And what's after sound? Because sound moves through the ethereal element, is mind. So sound is the closest physical expression to mental wave. And so that's why. And that's why it's very helpful to draw the mind inward. And the mantra in Sanskrit, it has its own vibratory power. So it creates a sympathetic resonance with higher consciousness. And so that's why mantras have always been used in yogic tradition for setting up that synchronicity. When you're tuning a guitar, you can tune each of the chords so that they make a beautiful sound, melody. In the same way, the mantra is synchronizing our minds to cosmic mind. And that's the value of mantra meditation.
right, yeah.
Yeah.
And it also helps to concentrate the mind, I guess, too. So,
Right.
so one can keep the thoughts focused on one thought, that consciousness we are trying to connect to. Yeah.
You bring up a good point, Dadaji, because that's another thing that is very helpful. It's one-pointedness. When we practice meditation, we have to make the mind pointed like the tip of a needle. So meditation in the beginning is nothing but coming back to whatever we're focusing on. We're not focusing on a rose, a flower, a symbol, nothing external. It's inner. The mantra also is not external. It's inner. That's difficult, actually. But that's where the greatest change will come. We're bringing our mind inward. Mind normally is outward, in the world, with objects, with people. And we're activating our senses all the time. Meditation is completely opposite. So it's very, very difficult, especially in the beginning, because it's completely and totally a new thing for the mind. When we close our eyes, we usually sleep. We're not, but here we're not sleeping. We're still awake. So these are all the struggles of the beginning of meditation. But that's where we bring it back. We're not meditating in the beginning. We're just trying to bring the mind back to where it went away from the object of meditation, which in this case would be the mantra. And coming and going, coming and going, coming and going. But we get better at it, and that we're able to hold and feel the vibration and the meaning longer, and that gives us deep peace inside when we connect with that meaning that fulfills us very deeply, and we get some nice experiences in meditation. It can come at any moment.
Right. There's one thing I know you're also passionate about that, and that's how meditation influences the society, not just the individual, but also the society. And maybe you could share something about that.
no man, actually, no man is an island. No person is an island. We are all interconnected. We are psychosentimental beings. We love to be with each other, to chat, to talk, to share. And that's why this last 2 years have been so difficult for so many people, because we're not able to connect on a social level as we love to do as humans. We love company. So when I'm feeling good, I'm happy. When my inner world is in order through meditation, my outer world is going to be whatever it might appear to be. I can handle it. No, and emotions are contagious. If I'm giving off good vibes, people are going to feel it. And admit, can you imagine? That becomes a service. That becomes our service. When we are, you know what I mean, in good flow, good energy, and happy feeling, genuine, not it comes when you practice. When you put all your practices together, you get that. So that's the service. But at the same time, like Didi said, creativity. We become more creative. We become more, how to say, because we're meditating on something so pure. Our mind thinks, how can I help? What can I do in my life to make it valuable? And how can I have an impact on others? So these things come in mind as you're doing more and more meditation. So we become instruments of change, actually. Not necessarily, famous. That's not our goal at all. But to be very, very useful instrument to right the wrongs, which of course, we know are present in every aspect of life. And maybe by our actions or by our thoughts, by our behavior, others will join us. That's even better. And there's so much joy in doing work together like this. Very much.
Do you believe meditation has the power to change the society, make it better?
There's no doubt. I think this is slowly coming. Because the meditation that I practice, that we are practicing, it's not just for self. Actually, there's a modus operandi. There's a user's manual. When you want to learn how to operate your cell phone, you have to read the user's manual. So meditation, there's a user's manual also. And part of the user's manual is to do service. Keep a connection to the world in which you live. We have a debt to the world in which we live and to the people, who brought us up, who educated us, who taught us. So we cannot meditate in isolation. It is not the right way. So this meditation, it very much connects us to the world, and it works when we engage ourselves in becoming useful members of society. So there's so much. This is a myth of meditation. It's been always associated with people that go to the forest, caves, the jungles, and they leave everything, earth and home, and meditate. No more. It's not practical. And why the good people should escape from the society? They should be in the society. We need them to change it. So that's not wise that they disengage. They have the energy and the power to engage more. And that will be a real good utilization of their human life. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Very inspiring, Dada. Didi.
So yeah, there is a question from Sheila. Actually, I think maybe it's also connected with this. Does practice of meditation make us want to do the service, or in other way around? I think it is. Yeah. Maybe could you tell us something more about it, Dada? The
Well,
connection
I
of
mean,
meditation and doing service.
yeah, I was just explaining, the mind becomes more loving when we struggle in meditation, but we're feeling something different as we're taking the time to connect to infinite love. What is supreme consciousness? It is everything we can think of, which is the highest aspects of goodness, supreme love, supreme peace, supreme happiness, bliss, ananda. And so we may not experience it a lot, even if it's a second, 2 seconds, or 3 seconds. We're feeding the deepest part of ourself, and that motivates us so much. So service becomes a natural outflow of this meditation. some people by nature, they don't need meditation to do service. They're service minded. So I'm not making a judgment at all. But those that maybe are not used to service or are shy, meditation helps them. And we get some inner motivation, because if I'm getting something out of the practice, of course I want to share it as a social being. I want to share it with other people. And so this is why they go together. We cannot separate one from the other. Self-realization, service to the universe. Yeah.
Right. We have another question here from Nick. He said, "Is consciousness the same thing as love?"
Yes. That's what I mean to say. How can we describe that which is infinite? It's everything which is pure.
Right.
Everything which is associated with highest consciousness. The most rewarding experiences in my meditation, Dada was explaining about his, he's feeling connection to the universe. I was feeling so much love. There was so much love pouring into my being. I cry, because it's way, way beyond my capacity to hold.
Right.
But that's different from Dada's connection. Dada's connection was the universe. Maybe he felt love. I'm not sure. He didn't say that, but that's what I feel. Connected to the universe, I don't feel that so much. Like I know one of my colleagues, when he first started meditating, when the branch of a tree broke, he felt his arm broke. He was having this experience for 3 weeks. He felt completely connected to everything, like Dada was saying earlier. So I think that's the beauty of spirituality. It's so beyond our small unit mind. And somehow, whatever we are more, have an affinity to, consciousness expresses in that way in our life, what I believe.
Right. Yeah, fascinating, Dada. Indeed.
Well, yeah, Sheila's asking the question, how does meditation help those who are already doing a lot of service but feeling burnt out? Yeah, I mean, it's all about detachment, no? And this world is a play. The yogis call it a lila. It's a cosmic play. And that consciousness, which is, from which everything comes, the bhakti yoga, the yoga of devotion, says that everything is emanating from a supreme being, supreme father, mother, and goes back to it. And it's enjoying. When you think of something, you imagine a beautiful scene in your mind. You dream something beautiful. Those characters are in your mind, and so all of us are in the mind of that cosmic creator, the cosmic mind. Right. So he's enjoying. It's enjoying. It's a thought forms. It's dream. So that's why it's a play. We shouldn't take the play too seriously. Enjoy it.
Enjoy it. That's a key. Right?
Get detached. Get detached. Because you can only do so much service, right? You're motivated by compassion. Wonderful. But charity starts at home. You have to always keep your golden egg. You don't get rid of the goose. Don't kill the goose that lays the golden egg. No. Right. And the goose is your own practice. And the constant renewal that's necessary every day through meditation. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the great yogi and spiritual master Krishna. He said, "Life is great. We must enjoy."
Yeah.
Yeah, we could go on for a long time with this, Dada, but we have to move on with the next chapter here. Didi, maybe we will do some meditation together, and maybe Didi, you can explain something first before we start. We'll come back to you, Dada, in a while. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So we will talk a bit about meditation and how to meditate, and then we will do a guided meditation together with everyone. And first, Didi, maybe you can tell a little bit how to meditate. How should we sit, and how should we prepare us before we start to meditate?
Yes. So, shall we start to practice the meditation now?
Yes.
Mhm.
So, yeah, how I will explain a bit about meditation first.
Yeah.
When we meditate, we
Okay.
will sit.
Yeah, of course. When we want to meditate, it's nice to refresh ourselves. Just maybe wash our face and hand and leg with water, so you feel fresh. And then just simply cross your leg.
Please go on, Didi. We are having some delay on the line, so it's
So you just simply cross your leg and just relax your whole body. The important is that to keep the spine straight, uh, and just simply fold your hand and rest your hand on your lap. And just close your eyes and keep your breathing slow and deep.
right. So let's do a guided meditation. So I will guide you through it. And sit comfortable. Sit in a comfortable position. Keep your back straight and close your eyes. Close your mouth and breathe through your nose. Now take a deep breath and make sure your body is completely relaxed. Relax the abdomen, relax the chest, the shoulders and the neck. Relax the face and the cheeks, eyelids, and feel the eyes is sinking in to the head. Now observe the breath. Make sure the breath is calm. Feel the abdomen slightly expands as you inhale and contracts as you exhale. Don't force the breath, let it flow by itself. Now let go of the breath. You feel completely relaxed and you feel safe. Let the world around you disappear and try to go deep, deep within your mind. You are alone and surrounded by the vast universe. The universe is beautiful. It's full of subtle colors and mystical sounds, without a beginning or an end. Still, there's an order in the universe. Planets and stars are not banging into each other. Everything moves in a systematic order. There is a force, a cosmic force that guides the movement of every star, every planet, of every being. That force is everywhere, and it's the very essence of the universe. It is known as Baba. Try to feel its blissful, its loving presence. That Baba, that cosmic force, is intimately connected to every aspect of the creation and to every being. Now direct all your feelings and emotions towards that. Try not to think anything else. Just focus on that force all around. Feel the love. And gradually a feeling of bliss and peace will arise. Now take a deep breath. Feel the ground under yourself. And slowly can open your eyes again.
Thank you, Dada, for the guided meditation. And I would like to invite our viewer. How do you feel after doing the meditation? Your experience of the meditation. You may can write in the chat. And for those who want to learn more about meditation, I would like to announce that our retreat is coming up, Dada. So
Right?
we will have our meditation retreat on March 10 to 13, 2022. The venue will be in Anandagiri Sutta, Marshall, North Carolina. It is a very beautiful meditation retreat center surrounded with the scenic natures and also wildlife. So here during our retreat, we will have 3-4 times meditation a day. We will have a yoga classes. We will practice the yogic dance. The
So here,
learn the
we will
the
have three.
science of chakra, understanding about the body and mind, nervous and glandular system. We will also learn about the sentient vegan cooking class. We will have a forest walk. And of course, you will also get a chance to learn personal meditation directly from us. So Please register if you wanted to join. Register at ampsnysconference.org. So once again, I repeat, you can register at ampsnysconference.org.
Yeah, the web address is in the bottom of the screen right now. So you can take, if you have photographic memory, and just picture it in your mind. Because it's a bit unusual address, it's just abbreviations. So, or just take your cell phone and take a quick picture of it. But you will also find more about the retreat in our Facebook, on our Facebook page and Facebook group. So just log into there and just scroll down to the page and you'll find more information, and the registration links and everything is there. Right. Yeah. Now we have come to the story part. And this is what we call 1001 Nights. And this is where we will hear different stories, different cosmic stories, I would say. And first I will introduce one special aspect of yoga and meditation, and that is some ancient moral principles of ethics, which is known as yama and niyama. These yama and niyama, they have important for many aspects, and one of the aspects that's important here is that they make the mind pure and they make the mind concentrated, help to keep distractions away from the mind, so that we can be more focused in whatever we do in life. But here we are especially interested in meditation. So every week we'll focus on one of these yamas and niyamas, and today we will start from the top and we'll talk about ahimsa, first principle. And ahimsa means that we should not do any harm to anyone with word, with thought, or with action. Not do any harm to anyone with word, with thought, or with action. That means because we are upset with someone does not give us the right to give them a slap. Not at all. We need to control that propensity, that tendency. But every action starts in the mind. First we think, and then we act. So to be able to control our action, that we don't do any harm to anyone in a physical way, we must also control our thoughts. Because if you meet a person and the person is very annoying, you think, oh, he's so annoying. If you continue, I will slap him. And you're thinking that you want to slap him, and suddenly we lose control and we do what we should not do. So another aspect is that words can be more harmful than a slap. So that means we should also control our words, how we speak. So this is all important for our peace of mind, but also for how we develop as human beings. We have what we call a conscience. We know what is right. We know what is wrong. Instinctively, we know that it's something that is part of being human. And we know that we should not do harm anyone in any way. If we go against that conscience, that creates a certain feeling, a certain emotion in the mind. And that feeling, that emotion carry a certain vibration. And if we violate that conscience, create that vibration, that makes the mind restless, and that causes struggles with meditation and certain other tendency we have to. But we would like to, but this is the theory behind it. Now I would like to introduce one special guest for you today, and he will be with us, not sure every week, but he will be with us in these programs. And he's a storyteller, and he have chosen a special story that goes along with this ahimsa. And that is Brother Nirmal. Um, Nirmal is an actor, he's a writer, like I said, great storyteller, and he is from Russia with love. He has meditated for 3.5 years, and he's here in studio with us now.
Namaskar.
Nirmal,
Welcome,
please.
Nirmal.
Namaskar.
Namaskar, welcome.
Thank you for having me. Great advertisement.
So,
Yeah,
so I heard that you're going to tell a story. Tell us your story.
I'll just tell you my story. It's not my story, but it's a famous one. It's about ahimsa, and the story is specifically about a snake. So it happened somewhere in India. So children were playing football nearby the field. The field had very tall grass, and the field was notorious for having this very poisonous and evil-minded snake. So it was there, and the children were very much scared to go there. So once it so happened, some swami, or a saintly person, a yogi was passing by, and he asked the children. He noticed they were not going into this grass, and he asked the children, "Well, children, why don't you play there? You have this beautiful field here full of warm soft grass. Why don't you go there?" And they say, "Well, naturally, Swamiji, dear saint, there is a evil snake there. If we go there, it will, bite us. We don't want that." He said, "Oh, that's not good. Let me talk to the snake." So he goes to, because he's a yogi, he practiced non-violence. He feels comfortable. He's not afraid, and he reaches out. He finds that snake, and he says, "Well, what are you doing? Why are you scaring those children?" And the snake said, "Well, what else can I do?" And she said, "Well, you should practice nonviolence. No need to harm them. Don't be afraid." And well, the snake said, "Okay, let me try." Well, but okay, the saints say, in order for you to be able to do that, take this mantra, take this vibration, take this positive vibration, and everything will be all right. So okay, the snake did that. And some time passed by, and again the children were playing, and then the same saintly person, a yogi, was passing by, and he went to see the snake. And to his amazement, he was surprised to see the snake was all bitten up, was in a very poor, bad condition, was coughing, not feeling the greatest way as a snake would. And the Swami said, "Well, what's going on? What's wrong?" And the snake said, "I did everything as you said. I become very good. I'm, very happy. I'm feeling very good, positive. I'm living my life. But the kids, whenever they saw me, I just didn't hiss. I didn't do anything. I let them do whatever they wanted to do, and they were afraid, and they hit me with a stick. So I had to slid inside my hole and regenerate, recover." And Yogi said, "Oh, I feel so bad. I feel so bad. But you didn't understand, my dear. I said, don't attack them first, but, don't forget to hiss. Don't forget the power of hiss." And the snake realized. So sometimes it's important to protect you. It's always important to protect your life, and it's for that you can just hiss. No need to bite and to kill anyone. So that's a very important. Yeah, I like that story. It's a kind of a classical story about ahimsa, non-violence. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. So, what's the morale?
I think it's important to realize the spirit of the lesson of ahimsa and all of the lessons. It's important to realize the spirit. So from situation to situation, we should use our wisdom, our mind, and act properly. It's okay to, to use our energy, our vigor to protect our life. And it doesn't mean that ahimsa doesn't mean that we're completely not using our strength in any way. That's the wrong way of
Right.
understanding it.
Right. Right. So you mentioned snakes. Let's say, for example, now you are in your house. Just to elaborate a little bit on this ahimsa. If we are in our house, and then suddenly in front of us there appear a very poisonous, let's say it's a cobra, and he's right in front of you, and threaten you, and you have a machete in your hand, and you can use it. So I mean, can we learn that we should not do any harm to anyone with word, thought, or action. We should not kill anyone. We should control that tendency. But in such a case, what should we do? What would be the right thing to do?
Well, if there is a machete in my hand, and the snake is poisonous, well, I live with my sister, so there's nothing I can do but to kill it. Otherwise, I'll have problem with my parents. So, and I don't want my sister to suffer. No, of course, it depends from situation. But in this situation, I think the hormones, the adrenaline will tell me, okay, I should act. Of course, I will. I'll try to kill it. It's fine. I won't have any. I won't have many second thoughts because I have to act. It's rational.
Yeah, that's what we learn from Yaman, from ahimsa too. That is that we have the right to protect ourselves in such situations, right? But let's say another scenario. Let's say it's and maybe to Dada Shiilabhadrananda. What would you say, Dada? If would it be correct to go into the jungle and start to killing the snakes that lives in the jungle?
Well, that's their habitat. If they're invading our habitat, we have every right to defend ourselves. If we're invading their habitat, well, they have a right to, their own life. So that's not advisable at all. And that very much violates ahimsa because we're consciously going to harm someone. They haven't done anything to us. Why we should bother them?
Right. Yeah. These yamas and niyamas, which we will cover, they're very deep, and they all play an important for our development, for our mind, for our understanding of life. So we are looking forward to hear more about these yamas and niyamas. And I'm afraid we are coming to an end. Everything good has an end, they say. Didi, is there anything else we should cover before we end the show tonight? We have a long delay to California.
Thank you very much for Dada Shiilabhadrananda and Nirmal to be here with us.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Very fun. Thanks so much.
And also thank you for everyone to be here with us tonight in our show, for your comment, your question, all. And we will hope to see you all again in our show next week and our talk show next week.
Yeah. Stay tuned.
And thank
We will
you
have
again, Dada
another.
Shiilabhadrananda and Nirmal, for your wise word and very interesting story and a lot to learn.
Yeah. Yes. Thanks a lot, everyone. And stay tuned for next week. We will have another interesting guest, or we will rather say guests coming. It's a surprise who it will be. Stay tuned and see you all next week. Thank you very much and have a wonderful day and night ahead. Thank you. And namaskar.
Thank you, everyone.
Namaskar. Take care. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All the best.